I wanted to do a game, and I based on putting the pin in the light socket. I said, that's neat. If I could do that in a game and shock some kids, I think that might be a hit.
Operation! It's Operation, Milton Bradley's goofy game for dopey doctors.
I love that little clip. The man is John Spinello, the inventor of the famous and very popular game Operation. He wanted to make a fun game for kids, but his invention ended up inspiring generations of electrical engineers, nurses, and even surgeons. Recently, John needed an operation himself, but couldn't afford it. So people all over the world chipped in and came to his rescue. Along the way, they found out just how important that one game is. And just wait until we tell you one story about a surgeon.
Peggy Brown is a game designer, and she's also making a movie about this. And she's here to tell us about a campaign to help John Spinello and explain the incredible impact of the game Operation. Welcome to the Morning Blend.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Great to see you.
So let's talk a little bit about first of all, the history of Operation and John himself. Give us a little backstory on when the game was created and what happened to John when he sold it, if you will.
Sure. He was a student at the University of Illinois, and it was a class project to make a game. And when he was a little kid, he was playing around, and he stuck a pin in a light socket, and he loved that jolt.
Don't try that at home.
Yeah, right. I don't advocate for that. But he loved that feeling, that spark, right? So when he was in school and he needed to make a game, he thought, I want to give kids that feeling. So he came up with this this prototype where you kind of go through from hole to hole with this probe, and it buzzes and it kind of shocks you.
I mean, it's brilliant. I mean, the game is brilliant. What's fascinating about his story is that he sold all the rights to the game to who? Milton Bradley?
No, actually, it was a game developer in Chicago in the 60s named Marvin Glass. Okay. And then later, Marvin Glass licensed it to Milton Bradley. So Marvin Glass was the one that he did his deal with. And he's long gone.
Okay, so John, the inventor of the game, only made $500 in his lifetime on the game Operation.
That's true. And he was offered a job, $500 and a job when he graduated college, and he didn't get the job either.
Oh, no
way.
No. So he had to go on and have a career in other ways, because the operation was really not the thing that was going to make his fortune.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I think the lesson here is if you have a really good idea, get legal representation before you make any decision.
He was a student. It was a long time ago.
So many of us wouldn't know what to do in that scenario.
He didn't know it was such a great idea at the time. I mean, it was a good idea, but who knew it would take off and sell 45 million games?
Well, and then he needs this operation himself. His teeth were falling out, cracking, falling out. He needed this very expensive oral surgery in order to repair his mouth.
Right. Yeah, so a friend of mine, Tim Walsh, who's another game inventor, and I are friends with John, and he told us his story, and we said, gee, you know, if everybody who ever laughed at Operation, whoever played Operation, sent him $1, he'd be a millionaire, because everybody's played Operation. So we decided to do the CrowdRise campaign and made all this money for him, and he's got his surgery now, and his teeth are healing, and he's doing well. But we heard from doctors, we heard from hundreds, thousands of people all over the world that said, the only reason I became a surgeon is because I played Operation and I loved that game.
And there's one guy, one surgeon in particular, who came up with this advancement that's used all over the world, right, as a result of the game?
Yeah, he teaches at Johns Hopkins Medical School, and he invented a device that's used in thyroid surgery that when the surgeon comes too close to the nerve, a buzzer goes off.
Just like Operation.
Just like Operation. Oh my gosh. So he wrote us this wonderful letter and said, I have to tell you, I loved this game when I was a kid, and I have to credit Operation with being in my head when I created this device that's now been used in nearly 1 million surgeries around the world.
So this is the opportunity then that folks have to actually contribute to getting John's story out there.
Yes.
And your intention is to screen the film in the fall.
Yes.
Where are we at in the process now? How much more money do you need to raise?
We just started our Indiegogo campaign 3 days ago, so we're really at the very beginning. And we're trying to raise $50,000 on Indiegogo, but that's a chunk of the bigger picture. We have a great director in Suzanne Derva, who used to work with Steven Spielberg and some other big Hollywood movies, and she's working with us to direct this film. And so we have quite a big budget because we want to go to Cannes and we want to go to Sundance. We want to get it into a lot of the major world different film festivals.
And just shock, I mean, you're a game designer yourself. To think that this game created for kids by a kid who's in college has inspired generations of nurses and electrical engineers and surgeons and doctors.
Well, that's our story, is that we're all connected. You never know where a good idea comes from, and you never know what that might inspire in someone else.
So how can people help?
Yeah,
then?
how can they give?
If you go to our Indiegogo campaign, so if you go to iloveoperation.com, it'll take you there, and help us out, contribute to our campaign, help spread the word, tell everybody about it, send us some bucks. We're going to make this movie, and we're making it in Milwaukee.
I love the fact that you're making it in Milwaukee, and every little bit counts, doesn't it? Because if everybody chips even $5, if you got $20 or whatever it is, it's going to go a long way. It adds up.
That's right, and that's why we need to spread the word, because that's what crowdfunding is. It's like $5 from 10,000 people will raise it just as fast as $50,000 from one person. So let's get the crowd going.
If you're one person who wants to give $50,000, they're not going to turn you down.
We're okay with that. That's cool too.
Always great to see you, Peggy. What an interesting story. Thanks for telling us about it.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it. Come back and let us know how it's going.
Absolutely.
And we want to talk about the film and everything as you go through the process.
All
so
right,
thank
cool.
you so much.
Very good.
Appreciate
Thanks.
it.